How are you guys doing? Today is Friday, December 11th, 2020, out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, I'm going to take you through yesterday's Thursday night football game, and of course, I'm going to go through college basketball and preview what's going on this weekend with everything going on. First, starting off with the NFL, the 6-6 New England Patriots went to Los Angeles to take on the 8-4 Rams, and in this game, the Los Angeles Rams, they would score 24 points in the first three quarters. And they didn't score in the fourth, but they were able to beat the Patriots 24-3 as their defense and offense dominated most of this game. Looking at to how the New England Patriots performed right now, or their elite starting quarterback Cam Newton would complete 9 of his 16 passes for 119 yards, and he threw an interception as well. He also ran for 16 yards. That would give him 135 total yards of offense. Also, he fumbled, but he didn't lose it. On the ground, their leading rusher was Damian Harris. He had 50 yards on 11 carries as the team rushed for 107. N'Keal Harry was his leading receiver. He had 49 yards on 3 receptions for the day. And on the defensive side of the ball, Adrian Phillips was their leading tackler. He had 10 tackles on the day. And the only sack of the day went to Byron Cowart. And with this, and also additionally, Miles Bryant did log an interception for the New England Patriots. And he's from Los Angeles. Miles Bryant actually went to my high school. He was in one of my math classes. So, I mean, it's really cool that Miles Bryant made it this far. And great big performance from him. And with this, jumping into LA, Jared Goff was the starting quarterback. He completed 16 of his 25 passes, throwing for 137 yards. He had a touchdown and a pick. On the ground, he had 11 yards on 4 carries, and he had a rushing touchdown as well. So that would give him 148 total yards, and that also gave him 2 touchdowns. Their leading rusher was Cam Akers, who had 171 yards on 29 carries on the day. Their leading receiver was Tyler Higbee, who had 34 yards on 2 receptions. Their only receiver with a receiving touchdown was Cooper Kupp, who had 33 yards on 2 receptions and that touchdown. Also, in addition to Cam Akers' 171 yards on the ground, he had 23 yards in the air. That would give him 194 total yards of offense to help the Los Angeles Rams get their 9th win of the season. On the defensive side of the ball, Kenny Young was their leading tackler. He had 8 tackles, and he even had a sack as well. Their elite cornerback, Jalen Ramsey, finished with 3 total tackles on the day. And their goated defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, would finish with 2 tackles and 1.5 sacks on the night. Kenny Young would log an interception, or a pick six, a 79-yard pick six for the Los Angeles Rams, helped them get their 9th win of the season. With this win, they are now sitting at the top of the NFC West. They are half a game over Seattle because Seattle has yet to play their game. They also have 4 losses. And New England, with this loss, now drops to 6-7, which will drop them 2.5 games behind second place Miami. And Buffalo, and that gives more of a cushion between them and Buffalo as they really needed this win, but the Rams were able to pull it out. Big win for the Los Angeles Rams. And looking at college basketball with what was going on last night, is the only ranked matchup. 24th ranked San Diego State went to Arizona State, was able to be 23rd ranked Arizona State. Nathan Mensah finished with 17 points and 15 rebounds for San Diego State. For Arizona State, Alonzo Verge Jr. had 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. With this loss, Arizona State is now 3-2, and San Diego State is now 5-0 following this win. I'm looking into what's going on this weekend because the next episode will come after this Sunday's installment of football. Starting off with college basketball on Friday, 11th ranked West Virginia is going to host unranked North Texas. West Virginia is 4-1 on the season. North Texas is 1-2. At 7 o'clock today, 5th ranked Kansas is going to host 2-4 Omaha on ESPN2. 8th ranked Creighton is going to face off against 3-2 Nebraska on Big Ten Network. 2-2 Georgetown is going to host 9th ranked 4-1 Villanova on Fox Sports 1. And at 9 o'clock, 3rd ranked Iowa is going to face off against unranked 1-1 Iowa State. Looking into what's going on Saturday, at 11 a.m., 20th ranked Florida State will host 3-0 Florida on ESPNU. At 12:30, 12th ranked Tennessee is going to face off against 2-1 Cincinnati on SEC Network. 16th ranked UNC will host 1-2 North Carolina Central. Also at 2 o'clock, 17th ranked Texas Tech will host Texas A&M CC. Mizzou is going to host number 6 Illinois at 8 o'clock. And looking to what's going on Sunday with college basketball. 12 o'clock, fourth ranked Michigan State at 5-0. They're going to host 0-6 Oakland. So that looks like that's going to be a win. You can chalk that one up. At 1 o'clock on ESPN, 11th ranked West Virginia is going to host 19th ranked Richmond on ESPN. 2 o'clock, third ranked Illinois or Iowa is going to face off against 0-4 Northern Illinois at 2 o'clock. Also at 2 o'clock, fifth ranked Kansas is going to face off against 2-2 Tarleton. Third at 3 o'clock. Second ranked Baylor is going to host 13th ranked Texas on ESPN. At 4 o'clock, 22nd ranked Ohio State is going to face off against 0-2 Cleveland State on Big Ten Network. Also at 4 o'clock, 3-0 Grand Canyon University is going to host 23rd ranked Arizona State on ESPN3. And that's what college basketball is looking like this week. Jumping to the NBA because I think that preseason basketball will start today. The Magic face off against the Atlanta Hawks. The Knicks and the Pistons at 7. Rockets play the Bulls at 8. Clippers play the Lakers at 10. And the Kings play the Trailblazers at 10:30. On Saturday, the Raptors play the Hornets on NBA TV at 7. Pacers play the Cavs. Thunder play the Spurs at 7. At 8 o'clock, the Mavs are going to take on the Bucks, and the Grizzlies are going to take on the Timberwolves. At 8:30, the Nuggets are going to take on the Warriors. At 9 o'clock, the Suns are going to take on the Jazz on NBA TV. Last but not least, on Sunday, the Magic will take on the Hawks. And Magic Hawks at 5. Wizards Nets at 6. Knicks Pistons at 7, Rockets Bulls at 8, Clippers Lakers at 8:30, Kings and Trailblazers at 9. And I'm not covering these games the day after because they're preseason games. I'm going to get into the day by day as soon as the NBA season kicks into full gear. And then looking really quickly out to what's going on with college football this weekend because there is college football to look forward to. And now it is in week 15. No big ranked games on Friday, but on Saturday you can count on it. First at noon, first-ranked Alabama is going to go to Arkansas to face off against the 3-6 Razorbacks on ESPN at 12 o'clock. Also at 12, the 25th-ranked Missouri Tigers are going to host the 9th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia is 6-2. Mizzou is 5-3. Also at noon, 14th-ranked Northwestern is going to host the 2-4 Illinois Fighting Illini. Also at 12, 21st ranked Colorado is going to face off against unranked Utah on Fox. At 3 o'clock, unranked Troy is going to host 13th ranked Coastal Carolina, who's sitting at 10-0 right now. At 3:30, 10th ranked Miami is going to host 17th ranked UNC on ABC. Also at 3:30, 16th ranked Iowa is going to host 2-2 Wisconsin on FS1. At 7 o'clock, 6th ranked Florida is going to host 3-5 LSU on ESPN. Also at 7 o'clock, 2-6 Baylor is going to host 22nd ranked Oklahoma State, sitting at 6-3. At 7:30, unranked UCLA is going to host 15th ranked USC on ABC. At 10 o'clock, 15th ranked BYU is going to host San Diego State, and Ohio State Michigan actually got canceled due to COVID, and some other rivalry games did, but I imagine they're probably going to get moved. But that's what's going on with college football this weekend. Jumping really quickly to the NFL, just to show you how the NFL is starting to look this weekend. Starting at 1 o'clock, the 4-8 Texans are going to go to Chicago and face off against the Bears on CBS. And among the 1 o'clock games, you'll have the Cowboys at Cincinnati. The 11-1 Chiefs are going to face off against the 8-4 Miami Dolphins on CBS. The 6-6 Cardinals are going to face off against the NFC East leading 5-7 New York Giants on Fox. The 6-6 Minnesota Vikings are going to face off against the 7-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are sitting in the wild card as of right now in the NFC on Fox. Also at 1, the 4-8 Panthers are going to host the 4-8 Broncos. The 1-11 Jacksonville Jaguars are going to host the 8-4 Tennessee Titans. At 4:05, the 7-5 Las Vegas Raiders are going to host the 8-4 Indianapolis Colts, as both those teams fight for AFC playoff position. The 8-4 Seattle Seahawks are going to host the 0-12 Jets, as the Jets look to get their first win of the season. At 4:25, the 5-7 Detroit Lions are going to host the 9-3 Green Bay Packers, as the Packers look to try to gain some ground on the Saints. Speaking of the Saints will go to Philly and face off against the 3-8-1 Philadelphia Eagles, as the Saints sit atop the NFC playoff picture as of right now. At 4:25, the 3-9 Los Angeles Chargers are going to host the 4-8 Atlanta Falcons. Falcons still mathematically in it. At 4:25, the 5-7 San Francisco 49ers are going to host the 5-7 Washington Football Team, the only team to beat the Steelers this year. And at 8:20, the Buffalo Bills, the 9-3 Bills, are going to face off against the 11-1 Pittsburgh Steelers at 8:20 on NBC. So that is what, that's what the NFL is looking like this weekend. And then last but not least, looking out into what's going on with soccer, with the various leagues in Europe, starting with Saturday, because not many big games on Friday. Starting on the Premier League, Manchester United is going to face off against Manchester City in the Manchester Derby at 12:30. Manchester United sitting 6th in the Premier League and Man City sitting 7th. So, of course, this is going to be a big game. And then third-ranked Chelsea on Saturday, they're going to go and face off. They're going to go to Everton and face off against them. Chelsea is currently sitting 3rd in the Premier League, sitting out from the top by 2 points. On Sunday, on Sunday in the Premier League, Liverpool's going to go to Fulham as Liverpool is sitting at the top with Tottenham. And speaking of Tottenham, Tottenham's going to go to Crystal Palace and face off against them. And that's what the Premier League is looking like. Jumping back to Saturday, jumping to the German Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund's going to face off against VfB Stuttgart at home. Borussia Dortmund's looking to jump right back into the mix at the very top. Right now, they're sitting 4th in the Bundesliga by 4 points as they trail Bayern Munich and RB Leipzig and Bayer Leverkusen. Bayern Munich will go to East Berlin to face off against Union Berlin at 12:30 as Bayern Munich look to increase their lead in the German Bundesliga thus far. Jumping to Serie A, most of the big games are going to be on Sunday. Starting from the top, Inter Milan's going to go to Cagliari. Inter sits 2nd in the Serie A as they sit 5 points behind AC Milan. Speaking of AC Milan, they're facing off against Parma at home. That looks like a good run for them. Juventus is going to Genoa as they currently sit 4th in the table. They are 6 points out from the top. That's what's going on in Serie A, and Napoli's hosting Sampdoria as Napoli is tied with Juventus in that third, fourth spot in Serie A. Both have 20 points in the table thus far. Jumping out to La Liga, Real Madrid's going to face off against Atletico Madrid on Saturday in the Madrid Derby. Right now, Atletico Madrid is sitting at the top of La Liga by a point over Real Sociedad, and Real Madrid is sitting 4th in the table with 20 points. They're 6 points out from the lead. A win here could do them could really serve at their advantage. And also looking at Sunday as to what's going on in La Liga, FC Barcelona is going to face off against Levante in Barcelona. Barcelona is currently sitting 9th in the La Liga table as they have 14 points in 10 matches. They are 12 points out from the lead as Barcelona doesn't look as though this might be the year they repeat and win La Liga, but I mean, that's probably me. Jumping to Ligue 1 on Sunday, PSG is going to face off against Lyon at home. PSG is currently sitting at the top of the league. They have 28 points and Lyon is sitting in 3rd as they sit only 2 points behind PSG in the entire table. So that's what soccer is looking like, and I covered what's going on with college football, college basketball, and the NFL, along with preseason basketball. And following this Sunday's crop of NFL games, I will get back to you then. But until then, I want to thank you once again for listening to all 13 and a half minutes of my piece. I hope all is well, and I will catch you Monday. Peace out.